the prophet who lost his life for listening to a lie. In the days of Jeroboam, king of Israel, a young prophet was sent by God on a holy mission. He was not given a name in the scriptures, not because he was unimportant, but because what he stood for would echo beyond titles. His mission was simple but sacred. Go to Bethel, cry against the false altar Jeroboam had built, deliver the word of the Lord, and return home by a different route. He was commanded not to eat, not to drink, and not to stay. He obeyed. He stood before the altar and declared, "O altar, altar, a child named Josiah shall be born to the house of David, and upon you he shall burn the bones of the priests of these false gods." And to confirm the prophecy, the altar split and the ashes poured out. King Jeroboam stretched out his hand in rage, commanding the prophet be seized, but his hand withered instantly. The king pleaded for healing, and the prophet prayed. Jeroboam's hand was restored. Even so, the young prophet turned down the king's offer of food and reward. "Even if you give me half your house," he said, "I will not go with you, for the Lord has commanded, do not eat bread, do not drink water, and do not return by the way you came." He left in full obedience. But word of this reached an old prophet who lived nearby. His sons told him everything. The old man saddled his donkey and went after the young prophet. When he found him resting under an oak tree, he said, "Come back with me and eat." "I cannot," said the young prophet. "The Lord told me not to." Then the old prophet lied. He said, "I am a prophet also, like you, and an angel spoke to me by the word of the Lord, saying, 'Bring him back with you to your house to eat and drink.'" So the young prophet got up and followed him, trusting his words over God's command. As they sat at the table, the old prophet's face changed. The Spirit of God fell upon him, and his voice turned solemn. "Because you disobeyed the word of the Lord," he cried, "and have come back and eaten bread and drunk water in the place the Lord told you not to, you will not be buried in the tomb of your fathers." When the meal was done, the young prophet mounted the donkey and rode off into the unknown. But he never made it home. On the road, a lion met him and killed him. Yet the lion did not eat his body or attack the donkey. They simply stood beside the corpse, a sign from heaven. People passed by and saw it. The news reached the old prophet, who wept bitterly. He went, found the body, and brought it back. He buried the young man in his own tomb and said, "When I die, lay my bones beside his, for what he prophesied will surely come true." The young prophet's name was lost, but his story was not. He died not because he was wicked, not because he rebelled, but because he listened to a lie. Even from someone who claimed spiritual authority. Even from someone who said, "An angel told me." God's command must never be overridden by tradition, title, or false voices claiming to speak for him. No matter how respected the source, truth is measured by God's word alone. His story is a warning, a reminder. Disobedience in small things can lead to a great fall,